And this next topic is brought to us by Epicor. Every team knows the value of hard work, of taking pride in what you build and practicing every detail to get the best results. But no one player, no matter how amazing, can do it all alone. Working together makes getting the win easier. And at Epicor, the all-stars are the hardworking manufacturers and distributors who create and deliver the things we all need, from aerospace to electrical to medical devices, from small businesses with big dreams to growing enterprises with global visions. We'll equip you with the right tools to move forward, think ahead, and lead the way, because as the clock ticks down, you need to make the most out of every hardworking minute. Easier doesn't cut corners. Easier finds the lane. Discover your success at easierwithepicor.com. All right, guys, as we get Boogie out of here, I have a question on the Guardians for you. Bull, of some of the guys in the lineup who have not produced at the level we thought. Naylor, Jhonkensy Noel for Tyvis.
Oh, my gosh.
Nolan Jones, Rocchio. Who do you have the most faith in to turn it around at some point in the 2025 season?
You asking me first?
No. Go ahead.
So everybody knows how I feel about Big Christmas. However, I ain't going with Big Christmas. I'm going to go with the person that has to turn it around. And that's giving us a little spark. I'm going Bo Naylor on this one. I mean, I think out of the catcher position, ever since Bull dogged him, he went out there and just... So as long as Bull continues to talk down on him, he will have a great season. Obviously, them batting averages need to come up a little bit more, but I think as this season is going on, he's really starting to get into his groove. His approach has been better at the plate. And, yeah, I think that we need to lengthen that lineup. I know he's batting towards the end of the lineup. If he can give you something there, that would be great for this Guardians team. How did I do?
That's pretty good. I like the argument.
Only thing saving him is them home runs.
He gonna turn it around.
Listen,
there's only two options in this for me.
I mean, I'm gonna go with. I don't have no faith in Rocchio.
I don't either.
Here.
Nolan Jones.
Can I say David Fry?
Yeah, well, he hasn't played yet.
He ain't played yet. I like his upside over the rest. No,
yeah.
I'll go with Nolan Jones, man. I thought he was gonna be something. I thought he was gonna get in here and deliver that power. But right now, look at that. One home run, 156.
You gonna pick him? Bo doing better than that.
But here's the thing. Like, he has nowhere to go but up. like he has he's hit ground. Like, think about it. A couple of years ago, this guy had 20-some home runs.
Yep.
And he gets here, we bring him back. Like, come on back. We see you balling a little bit. No, he's not done anything for us. He's still got long sleeves on. It's looking it's looking nasty. Like, I don't Bull, since you've known me.
Yeah.
Ever since we've started this show.
Sticks.
The only thing I've told you is, where are the sticks?
Yeah.
And they do a great job of never replenishing what they never had.
Oh, yeah.
No sticks, period.
By the way, I think my little league team, we played our first game yesterday. There's nowhere to go from up for us either. We lost 18-3.
Whoa.
Already on the hot seat, Bull.
We got boat race.
That's called football numbers.
Wait, is that mercy rule?
That's football numbers.
Because they scored like 12 runs in the last inning, and they were the road team, so we had to get our last at bat.
That's a Brown score, 18-3.
It was rough. But the good news is, my son got 2 of our 3 hits. He went 2 for 2 with a double.
He's turned into a man
I'm about
child.
to say, he figuring it out.
He had 2 balls to the outfield. He had a fly ball single. We had to hold him up. We had to hold the base runners up because I was worried he was going to get caught. And then he ripped it. Then against this hard-throwing relief pitcher they brought in, he hit an opposite field double down the line.
Who
drive.
would have known? We thought he was going to be a theater kid.
Well, he's still a theater kid, but he likes baseball.
But now he's good at baseball.
Baseball is in his roots, though. You see, Bull gained some weight, but Bull still got the fundamentals. We seen it at the softball game.
It's in there, buried under.
He can't move like that, but his instincts are still there.
Buried under 100 pounds of fat, but it's in there. Maybe one day I can get it and be playing in these 60-year-old softball leagues. That's my dream.
Him and Jason just lose the belly, I'm telling you, they'd be really good baseball players.
I got to lose 2 bellies.
Wait till you get over 40, Tyvis. That's the first place it goes. It's the sides. Your sides, bro. It don't be there.
I hate it. Every time Steve takes a wide shot of the set, I'm like, oh, look at my stomach. It's disgusting. But in terms of the Guardians, the answer is Nolan Jones, because he's the only one. If you look at the metrics on Nolan Jones, they're actually pretty good. He has had bad luck. Now, he only has 1 home run. That's not bad luck. I mean, some level it is, but he's had bad luck. He's hit the ball hard. If you look at his exit velocity, he's hitting the ball hard. He's hitting it right to people. So
he has a 95 exit velo this year, which is in the top 3% of all Major League Baseball
Yeah,
players.
I mean that's crazy. If you're top 3% of exit velocity, you shouldn't be hitting a $156 with 1 home run.
Yeah.
So some of it's bad luck, but in the end, I can't keep using that excuse. You're not producing,
It's tough.
and you're not helping the team win. So he's the only guy on the list that has had a good season in Major League Baseball. He has the best analytics, if you will, exit velocity. And so I have the most faith in him turning it around.
Why wasn't Lane Thomas on this list?
Because he hasn't
He's
played
been
enough.
hurt. I didn't think he played enough to really
Yeah.
be considered.
I know he got off to a bad
I wonder-
start. He should be back this week.
I would put him on there. He could turn it. He would turn it around.
Yeah, but I think we all assume he will because he's been he's not great, but he's been a consistent, solid player in Major League. And
only has
remember, he got off to a bad start when the Guardians first got him last
Yeah.
year,
He did.
and then played well.
He only has 45 plate appearances this
Yeah,
season.
he hasn't
and although
been-
he hasn't been good, he's hitting 156 with a 365 OPS.
Yeah, that's
It is only 13
That's
games and only
trash.
45
Yeah,
plate appearances.
That's trash. That's being kind, calling that trash. But yeah, he's been terrible, but he'll be back this week. And when he does, I'd give him a chance. I would put him in center, and I'd put the tricky thing now is with Schneemann playing really well. I was going to say you got to put, Angel at second and Arias. Listen, I don't think Schneemann's a starter in Major League Baseball. But when you're as bad a lineup as the Guardians and he's as hot as he is, you got to play him.
4 home
Man,
runs.
look, Grand Slam.
Yeah, that's it.
Grand
He'll-
Slam on Saturday.
He'll cool off eventually, but right now he's hot. I'm not taking him out of the lineup.
You need to talk bad about him because everybody you talk bad about
Well,
go out there hit
I
home
talked
runs.
bad about Rocchio the other day. I don't think it helped
Today,
him, man.
mark it. Today.
Let me tell
He
you.
got 2 opportunities. They got a doubleheader.
Doubleheader.
today.
First game
He
at
got 2
3:30.
opportunities today. One going over the fence.
Tybus, you know this? This is crazy. I see you got a new Guardians hat on.
Yeah.
I was at the mall the other day. You know they selling the Chief Wahoos again.
They are?
Just
Really?
brought them back. Like they got a
That's
whole
crazy because they said that they was not selling them no
Bro,
more. That's
and
why
it-
everybody ran out the bond.
I'm not gonna say where it was at because I don't.
You said it was at the mall. I'm guessing you was at Beechwood because we know where you stay.
Yeah,
it was Lids.
It was reputable too, and they selling the Cursive Eye again.
Really?
Just standalone
And the
Cursive.
Cursive
Maybe
Eye.
they about to switch the
Bringing
name
everything
back.
They brought it. They was like, listen, ain't nobody watching right now.
Yeah.
The Browns. It's like the Browns.
How would you feel?
I mean, I
if
guess with Trump becoming president, they bring it all back, right?
How would you feel if they voted to switch the name back or stay the same? What do you think the majority of the fan base?
Hey man,
The majority would vote to change it back.
at this point, hey man, at this
I
point,
think that's silly at this point, but
listen, they taking all kind of rules back. that would be the least of my worries. Like, go
Yeah.
ahead.
If Washington get their stuff back,
they're not getting that back.
hey,
Before we get in,
I guess anything's possible. in this day and age. I can't count out.
Hey.
I see. It's so funny. There are headlines now where
I'm even
I don't even know. I
desensitized.
don't know if it's a real headline or if it's an Onion article anymore.
I don't-
half the time. I don't know what's going on.
But I
Before we
saw
bring in
him.
our guest in a second, let's just do 1 through 10 confidence meter in can these guys turn it around? So
Yeah.
Bo Naylor was one of your guys' pick.
that's mine.
All right, 1 through 10 on Bo Naylor.
8, 7.
That he will turn it around.
7.
10 is he's
How do you turn
7.
around something that was never was? He's
It was
never hit.
Yeah, he's never been good.
He's never hit here.
Whoa, his
he's
first,
never
2
hit.
years ago, he was a better hitter.
Man,
Last year, he was a better defender.
All right, but he. Then the question is 1 through 10 confidence. He'll be at least solid the rest of the way.
3.
7.
okay. Nolan Jones.
3.5. Nolan Jones. I'm saying.
I thought you said 3.5.
5.
For Bo.
5.
I'm going to
Nolan
say
Jones.
7 for Nolan Jones.
5.
6.
Yeah.
Rocchio.
2.
That was an aberration.
1.
That
2.
2. Yeah, that 1. He's not.
Yeah.
And Jhonkensy.
10.
0.
That man's plate discipline is crazy.
Damn.
It's
It's
He
only
is
a
in
crunch moments.
the latest in a long line of stiff Guardians outfielders.
I mean, when they throw him nothing but breaking pitches.
I would never
and
throw him a fastball ever.
And he just looks so bad.
Yeah.